He looked like everyone's grandpa, glass-age, sweater, soft smile. But this grandfather did not bake cookies. He murdered grandmothers with a hammer. This is the story of Australia's most unexpected serial killer, John Wayne Glover, the Granny Killer. Welcome to True Dogs Media. Today we unravel a story that left a nation in shock, not because the killer was young or wild, but because he looked just like your neighbor or your grandpa. This is the horrifying case of a man who terrorized elderly women in Sydney, hiding his monstrous desires behind a smile and a shopping bag. John Wayne Glover was born in England in 1932 and moved to Australia in the 50s. He had a wife, two daughters, a steady job, and a charming reputation. To most, he was a friendly salesman, but to the women he targeted, he was death disguised as kindness. His victims were elderly women, all between 60 and 93 years old. He did not rob them, at least not always. He did not sexually assault them. So, what did he want? Control, violence, and maybe revenge against a past we have soon uncovered. Between 1989 and 1990, the bodies began piling up in Sydney North Shore. The first was 82-year-old Margaret Todd. She was beaten savagely with a hammer and left to die. Her handbag was gone. The police called it a robbery. Then came Lady Winifred Ashton, 84, found in her garage. Same brutal method, same type of injuries, same vanished handbag. Coincidence? The police did not take so, but they had no idea who to suspect, no witnesses, no motive, and no one would suspect the old guy in a cardigan walking down the street with a shopping bag. Glover had a routine. He had find a woman walking alone, usually near a retirement village or nursing home. He had approached with a smile, maybe offered to help, and then he had a strike, hard with a hammer, 6 blows, sometimes more. He had used their own pantyhose to strangle them afterward, almost like he wanted to finish it with something personal. Police were baffled, no fingerprints, no eyewitnesses, just fear spreading through the elderly community. Experts would later say Glover had a deep hatred toward older women, especially maternal figures. Some believe he blamed his own mother or mother-in-law for his life's failures. He visited his mother-in-law in a nursing home regularly. In fact, he attacked one of his victims just minutes after leaving her bedside. But to his wife and daughters, he was gentle. The double life was working until it was not. In 1990, 60-year-old Doris Cox survived an attack. She had been beaten but lived to describe her attacker. She said it was a man, polite, neat, in his 50s or 60s, carried a bag, looked totally normal. That was the break the police needed. They started watching nursing homes, looking for anyone matching the description, and they found someone, Glover. Police brought him in. His story did not add up. He acted calm, too calm. When they searched his home, they found diaries. Chilling notes include one of that said, "Nine went to heaven." He confessed not just to the murders, but the everything, the rage, the planning, the satisfaction. His trial shocked the nation. People could not believe this soft-spoken man had killed 6 women with a hammer and planned to kill more. John Wayne Glover was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The judge called him beyond redemption. Even in prison, Glover was a puzzle. He refused psychiatric help. He refused visitors. He never explained why he really did it. In 2005, Glover died in his cell by suicide, alone just like the woman he murdered. Australia's elderly population was never the same. Panic alarms, walking groups, and improved nursing home security became a standard. Police procedures changed too. Serial cases began being treated more seriously, faster condition between departments. But some damage could not be undone. 6 innocent women gone. Their only mistake? Trusting the wrong man with a soft voice and a hammer in his bag. This is the true story of John Wayne Glover, the Granny Killer. He did not fit the profile. He did not have a scary face, but he carried pure evil behind his smile. Thanks for watching True Dogs Media. If you found this story disturbing and real, hit like, subscribe and share it. We tell the truth, no fiction, no fluff. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and never judge a killer by his cover. Thank you for your time.